Yo, what's up? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time as a musician myself, and today is the debut of two things: this game and my first ever piece of media with Godzilla. I've never seen Godzilla, so my first time experiencing it is a 1988 Nintendo game. This is Godzilla Monster of Monsters. We're listening to Title Theme and Planet X. This is an NES game. And Earth Theme from the channel G Bel Air, requested by Darden. No idea what to expect here. I have no idea if Godzilla has a motif, a main theme. I know nothing. I just know it's this. I don't even know what it is, actually. I just know it's just a colossal monster, and that's about it. Sorry, I'm uncultured when it comes to Godzilla. But this is Godzilla Monster of Monsters title theme in Planet X. Let's go. I've listened to a little bit of retro stuff lately. 1988. Cool. Oh, harmony already. Look up this game. I'm gonna read the synopsis of it. It's fun hearing those like white noise channels be the percussion. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. It's a cool little melody. That's really cool, actually. Using a delay signal. Actually, yeah. The song has a lot of ambient effects on it, delay and reverb on it, making it sound really airy, as opposed to the signal sounding very dry. Yeah, so I don't know if this is like any known motif in the Godzilla world. Oh, right there, I just caught something. Even though that melody played like 3 times, that last part, it reminded me of the X-Men theme from the 90s. This is a cartoon. You know what's funny about that? I actually did I don't even know if I still have it public or if I unlisted it, but I had a video where I did a guitar lesson on the X-Men theme, and I just did it for fun. It's like a minute long or two, and I remember it was like one of my early successes of YouTube. It did surprisingly well. Which, random fact, by the way, of that X-Men theme, it's the same. It's really random. The same composer of the X-Men theme also composed the Power Rangers theme, which are two iconic 90s themes, and I did lessons for both of those, and both of them did extremely well. Well, for me, at least, at the time, so. But yeah, how does the X-Men go? Yeah, and then after this, dun 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 dun, and then it keeps going da 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 da. Oh, that was cool. I'm surprised I didn't catch it the other couple times. Anyways, so the storyline of this game maybe it might sound familiar to the people that have seen the movies. In the year 2XXX, the mysterious planet X appears when Pluto and Neptune switch positions in the solar system, and its inhabitants begin an attempt to conquer the Earth using a legion of space monsters, though some of these creatures were in fact from Earth, as their primary attack force. The king of monsters, Godzilla, joins forces with the guardian monster Mothra and the forces of Earth to repel the invasion forces. Hold up. Is Godzilla a good guy? This is news to me. I just always assumed, sorry, I should never assume, but I always assumed Godzilla is bad, no good. Or is that the whole premise of the movie? It's like misunderstood, misconception. Also, I do have one. I said earlier I have like no experience with Godzilla, and I really don't. But there is a small connection here, very, very minute. But a band I've been listening to for God, I remember it was on Sirius XM. No, I think it was Sirius before XM even joined. There was like a metal station, and I heard Gojira for the first time. I heard Flying Whales. I hate to be one of these kind of people, and I'm only saying it just because it's true and happened. I'm not saying like I was one of the first, because I'm not. I hate that. I'm just saying, in this case, I can actually say that because I witnessed it happen. I heard Gojira like, God, I don't even know, whatever, years and years ago. And that song immediately captured my attention. I was like, whoa, this is heavy as hell. And they're from France, but they sing in English, and all their lyrics are about like the environment and saving the earth. I'm like, what the heck? You know? And now they're one of the world's biggest metal bands, which is crazy. Like, I never would have imagined that was like, I knew they were talented and they were so cool, but never would I thought they would even, because it seemed very niche. By the way, Gojira is Godzilla in Japanese, and they were called Godzilla prior. So, but also you might have heard of them because they did the opening theme to the Olympics. I was like, what? Seriously, that whole thing. When I saw that, I didn't watch the Olympics, but when I heard about that, I seriously thought I was like in some different planet. I was like, what? Gojira? Like, not that they don't deserve it, but I don't know. I guess when you when a lot of the stuff that you grew up listening to, watching, listening, whatever, and you think it's kind of niche, and then all of a sudden you see it get like popularity, I guess you're kind of in denial of it. You're like, whoa. But also good for them, you know? Anyways, I promise I'm not trying to sound like, I heard them first. It's just, I heard them a long time ago. I just never thought that was going to happen. Anyways, but also, the whole premise of Gojira and Godzilla is because their sound is really big. You know, so they, you know, that's the whole thing. Total rant out of nowhere, but that's what music does to me. It just makes me talk about music. So it's making it sound like, from this storyline at least in this game, that Godzilla is maybe not so bad. Do you control Godzilla? I always thought Godzilla would be like an alien or like a crocodile experiment gone wrong or something. I have no idea. Looks very much like a dinosaur too, so I'll just ask this. If there was a single movie to watch, because I know there's like a handful, and it's like spread out, right? It's like this kind of cinema thing where it's like one of these popular IPs you always hear about, but they make a movie every, like, I don't know, it seems to me every 10, 20 years. What would be like the quintessential Godzilla experience? Anyways, so that was the title theme and Planet X. Very cool. Like I said, usually chiptune stuff like this has a really dry signal. You know, no reverb, nothing. It's just the beeps and the boops, the chiptune to the max. So hearing all these like delay signals and the airiness of the reverb was actually pretty nice because it makes the song automatically sound more alive And I like that. Reverb is my favorite effect in all of music. It's what brings a sound kind of to life. You know, I don't know if you guys have ever heard an electric guitar without any effects, just a clean, dry signal. It doesn't sound good. In my opinion, it just doesn't sound good. But as soon as you put a little bit of reverb on it, damn. That goes for any instrument too. Same with drums. Either p or pa. You know. I'm yapping a lot, but this is Earth theme. A theme for us. I live here. We all live here. Let's see how this song represents us. This is Earth theme. It's reminding me of Mega Man a little bit, but I think that's kind of a normal feeling to have. There's some technicality in these compositions. Time changes, or rhythm changes, I should say. Yeah, it's ambitious. How long has Godzilla been around? This is cool. The rhythm changes. I feel like this is kind of ahead of its time. Like, that could easily be two different songs, but they put them together. I'm reading the comments. Again with the airiness. I think I just had a revelation. That sounds really silly, but I'll explain. Shout out to this channel for doing the fade outs too, it's really nice. Okay. Well, that was the theme of Earth. Go us. Sounded nice and hopeful? Dun, 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 dun. So I thought of something when I was hearing both of these. I thought it was kind of silly, but I was like, well, who cares, right? It's at the end of the day, you're going to hear my thoughts and what each one of these songs puts in my brain. And what got put in my brain was, for me, specifically, this immediately shoots me back to being like 7 or 8 years old and playing Pokemon Yellow. This is the sound I associate. Everyone has a, what they associate sounds and memories with. For me, when I hear this, I immediately think of the Game Boy and my love for Pokemon Yellow soundtrack, which was a huge part of me liking video game music early on. Seriously. So now that I think about it, again, I didn't grow up with Nintendo, so I don't know. But to me, the more I'm starting to hear like stuff on this channel, the more I'm starting to gather that the Game Boy was basically, and I know this might sound like duh, but it's basically the equivalent of the NES, as handheld. I always kind of figured when I was a kid that it was like the Super Nintendo as handheld. But the Super Nintendo has a different sound. It already sounds more advanced than the NES. But the NES sounds like, what I know. So that makes me think, like, if I really love the Pokemon soundtrack of the Game Boy Gen 1, then because of the sound font and all that, then I surely would like just about everything on the NES, right? Because this put me in that spot. I love every song in yellow, or let me just say Gen 1, so red, yellow, blue. And to me, I was just picturing this as, part of like Ash riding a bike or going to a new town. I was immediately put there. I know I guess it's kind of related. It's a big monster. Maybe there's a Godzilla Pokemon out there, but just that sound font, it just immediately shot me back. And then, I was like, I haven't heard much NES on this channel at all. Probably, if I had to guess, less than, I don't know, man. I feel like it's been 10 games or less. You'd think for a channel that covers video game music and all that, you would think I have a lot of like, I don't want to say like iconic, but like Hall of Fame stuff, like certain consoles, all consoles. There's still a lot of stuff I haven't covered in general. Like things that you think would be here. Like a lot of like older Mario games, older Zelda games. I'm sure I'm missing some consoles. I can't even think if I've done any Atari stuff whatsoever. There's just a lot of things I haven't done. And that's kind of scary because there's also thousands of requests that I still have. But I don't know. There's just something really charming about, one, this being around before I was alive. Not by much, but before I was alive. And just how established it was already, This seems like a very technical feat. I don't know how older systems got their sounds. I never looked into it. I like to stay kind of ignorant on those things. I know I could just look it up. Information's too easy to just come by now. But I kind of like just either A, hearing it from you guys who just know, or B, having that mystery there. Like, how do they do that? How do they make the and turn it into a, a drum pattern? It seems really like crazy intuitive. So, I don't know. Godzilla. And that's I'm pretty sure it's the only Godzilla request I have. So I don't know how many games there are, but that's it. That's the debut and finale of Godzilla on this channel. But I am interested in hearing more NES because I really like that sound. It's a very nostalgic sound, even though I feel like almost a fraud because I did not grow up with Nintendo, just the Game Boy. In a way, I still kind of grew up with it, but yeah. But not in the same way, right? I feel like if you know the sound, you were like an 80s kid, so you were a kid during the 80s. Whereas I experienced that sound in like 98. And it was already like CD quality and stuff, so I don't know. Anyways, thank you to the requesters. Thanks to everyone you see on screen. Let me know if your experience with Godzilla or this game or the NES, whatever. My name is Jesse in the auditorium. Peace.